Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Worm, your Starcraft 2 Shoutcast announcer for this 1v1 match being played today on Typhoon Peaks. In the 9 o'clock position we have SallyDesu playing as the Red Protoss. SallyDesu is currently a 1v1 Masters League player with a world ranking of 13,699, which is quite impressive. This gives her a 57.2% win-to-loss ratio, which at a Masters League level is pretty good considering the name of games that she's actually played. In the 4 o'clock position, we have Ming from the US server. He'll be playing as the Blue Zerg and is currently ranked 14,143 Masters League in the world. So these two players are very evenly matched. They have about the same amount of points and a similar rank. Ming has a 52.4% win-loss ratio, so Sally does eke out a slight advantage there, but nevertheless, it's still very close, and I'm very excited to see this match between these two highly skilled players here on Typhoon Peaks. Now here we do have the two scouting drones looking at each other, and based on their own positions, they can clearly see they were traveling parallel, so they probably know that each other is catty corner to them, so they're just going to go ahead and move out here. We're going to go ahead and turn this up to 2x just a little bit as these players go ahead and get their basic builds down. Now I will slow it down here as we're on the initial build here just to see when that pool goes down. Oh, excuse me. There is going to be an early expansion here from Ming, and that is going to be scouted out to have the gateway going down. Ming just taking a look around here while his pool builds. Excuse me, his hatchery. There's his pool. That's the thing I was trying to talk to about right there, the spawning pool. When it went down, and it did look like it went down on 16 or 15, so that's fairly standard for an early expansion. Cybernetics core. This is looking very standard here as well. One single gas from SallyDesu, and a nice little steal there by Ming. This is a play that is getting more and more common, particularly with Zerg players, because they can cancel and rebuild it just before it finishes. So let's see if he's going to do that or if he's just going to let it continue to go. Nope, he does cancel. And I'm surprised Sally is not immediately trying to pick up that gas just to make sure that he doesn't come back and get it. But I guess he just wanted to kind of scare her and see if he could throw off her build a little bit. So here we go with the transfer of drones. Looks like he's got 6 going. Let's see how many he has at the main right here, and we'll pull up the income tab real quick. I'm actually a little surprised that Sally is not further ahead by this point. Generally, when they throw down the early expansion, they get a good 4 harvester lead. Here we've only got a 2 harvester lead, which says that Ming is probably being a little more macro-oriented right now. Dropping a creep tumor with the queen immediately. That way you can start to get a nice amount of creep spread instead of using it to inject. Oh, and very well done from SallyDesu here. She's just going to immediately drop down the secondary expansion. She only has just a few defensive units here, which is kind of surprising. Gateway research is almost finished. But she knows that, this far into the game, if there hasn't been an attack, it's either imminent, coming at any second, or it's not going to come for a while. And considering the amount of time that it is, that it stalls the Zerg player when they drop down the secondary expansion, sometimes they usually like to attack right away to apply early pressure and then rebuild units in case they lost anything. So SallyDesu is probably fairly confident by this point that there is no imminent attack at this point. So we're just going to keep the harvester tab up. As you can see, Ming here is getting himself a nice little commanding lead. 34 over 26 at this point. At this point, he is going to start mining all 4 gas. And it looks as if Sally is only on 2 gas at this point. And what is she chrono boosting out at this point? Is she continuing to chrono boost probes? It doesn't look like it. I'm trying to look around and see where that chrono boost is going. I just don't see where it's going. I mean, I'm sure it was probably on the Nexus, but I probably just missed it. We'll find out. Yeah, see, there's one. So dropping down the Forge, and getting the level 1 research out, dropping a cannon down. I really like that. Not sure if I like the placement of this cannon, because I don't believe this cannon will reach the very back section of this line. And if there were ranged units, obviously the ranged units could sit back here, no problem. But Sally is just trying to put up a frontal defense and hope there's a direct, you know, inward type confrontation. And it seems as if there is a second expansion going down for Ming at this point. So he's being very aggressive about the way he expands, as all Zerg players should do. Dropping some spine crawlers. Looks like he's getting 3 spine crawlers right here at the front, right in front of his ramp. He's got the Overseer out, which means he is at lair. I don't see any additional tech structures from him at this time. So he's just really focusing on his macro and being defensively oriented at this point. It looks like there's a push here. So we're going to see what happens with this. Looks like we have 3 Zealots and 5 Sentries. And I guess they're just pushing out to that outer tower to see if anything is has changed. I'm really surprised. There we go. I was about to say, they really should take this additional tower. Otherwise, that's probably just poor micro. And 2 more gateways and a robotics facility going down, as well as an additional cannon here for Sally. And Sally has got the Stargate up, and it does look like she is going for Phoenix play. And I always enjoy watching Phoenix play. Phoenix play really makes me happy, especially if it's well microed, because you don't often see well microed Phoenix play in these Masters League games. Generally, they like to just ground and pound, go for a ground force, and just hammer it out. And they're not really creative most of the time. So here we go. We're getting out 4 mutas for Ming, and we're just going to go ahead and see what he does with those. I'm assuming that's, seeing as how that was a green line, that's a move command, not an attack command. I was going to say he's probably going Overlord hunting, but he's really not. Oh, hold on, we have an engagement here. There Sally goes, sniping that queen. And a whole bunch of spore crawlers, sorry, 2 spore crawlers and 2 spine crawlers going down for Ming at this expansion. 2 more Mutilix coming out. Let's just go ahead and check the production tab here. He's got 2 more on the way. There is a secondary expansion going down for Sally at this point. And this is really where the game's going to start to pick up. That is a lot of mutas, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. Oh, get those out of there. Get those out of there. That can't be good. That is going to be a lot of harvesters lost. These mutas and these Phoenix coming together. These Phoenix, wow, that is some really good movement. I really like Sally's movement here, just coming in, sniping a couple, staying on the verge of the range for the mutas, and the mutas are just really focused on taking out this economy at this point. That's all they want. They want to get this economy down. They want to kill as many of these guys as they possibly can. Sally coming in here, trying to defend as best as she can, but she is just losing harvesters left and right, down to 30. Down to 25, excuse me. Wow, that was really hurtful. She is going to have to drone up really hard. She does have this 3rd expansion going, though, so that is going to help her quite a bit. If she can deny this upper level expansion, she's going to do fairly well. But unfortunately, there's no... Oh, excuse me. Let me bite my tongue on that. It does look as if she is pushing out for this upper expansion. She wants to take it out, wants to get rid of it. That way she can, she's got to get past the male Karak first. Oh, that male Karak is just killing everything in sight. That's not good. Look at him. He looks so angry in that picture. Taking out a couple of Zerglings, moving in on the spine crawler, putting up the Guardian Shield. The Observer does go down. Looks as if they are focusing down on the hatch and the Spore Crawler at the same time. Zealot's taking out the Spine Crawler in the back. That hatch goes out, no problem. And that should be a very, very easy little push to clean up. Now, one thing I've noticed here is Ming does not have a huge ground force. You know, he's got a decent amount of Hydralisks here, a decent amount of you know, Zerglings, but other than that, there really is no significant ground force to handle this kind of a push, and this is the kind of thing that really makes me nervous. Yeah, you want to gather all those together there, Sally. There you go. If you just move out with a couple, then is that the female? That is the female Karak. Oh, let's hope those two never meet in the field of battle. That would just be disgusting and unsanitary. But then again, most of StarCraft 2 is disgusting and unsanitary, and so are the people who play it. I would know. I'm one of them. I had my friend tell me about this thing earlier today called soap. It's really weird. It's this new technology. You know, I can you know, increase the speed of my own hard drive from 5400 to 7200 RPM with a soldering iron and a pencil, but these new chemicals are coming out with, I just don't know if I believe in them. Soap. What a ridiculous name. Just sounds so stupid. Alright, here we go. Here's the push. Guardian Shield going down. All those lings coming out. Oh, those are some good force fields there. Really trying to isolate them. There is a big gap on the top side and the bottom side, but there was no commitment to the engagement. Had there been commitment to the engagement, it might have turned out better. SallyDesu has fallen back into this choke. I think she's probably going to aim for this choke. And there it goes. Those are beautiful force fields, splitting that army right in half. Phoenix coming in, picking up a lot of these roaches. They are going to go down absolutely useless. The Hydras are too far back. They cannot get any shots in, and they are just forced to fall back. Ming pushing it again, force fields again. There are a lot of sentries up still, and he is forced to retreat. He has just lost a huge, huge amount of his army. Wow, 128 over 51 units lost. That is painful to see, ladies and gentlemen. That just hurts me to see that kind of thing happen to somebody. Here he is warping in some more units.